On behalf of Edward Don and Company and the Hody Group, we'd like to thank you for your time and attention today. Thanks for taking time out of your busy calendars and joining us for yet another HDI product focus, specifically for the C-Store operator and community. I'm your host, John D. I'm with the Hody Group, and I'm one of the Senior Business Development Directors in Sales and Marketing. So we've got a great lineup for you today, several topics to include: a concept and solution for realizing huge potential savings of dollars in garbage bags. I just said garbage bags. And this is all on your Jan-San side of your operation. Wait till you see this program. It's fantastic. A food labeling system that's completely automated and networked for all of your food, snacks, and grab and go in your stores, and is a very user-friendly platform. Simple. Also, we're going to highlight a carry-out packaging solution to start your grab-and-go program or increase your grab-and-go bundle, which will aid in growing your ticket sales at your register and getting your customers to come back for more. Last but not least, we're going to introduce to you a new cutlery dispenser concept that is so sanitary, compact, and affordable. This is a definite definite solution to deliver savings to you as the operator. It's going to help reduce your waste in pulling when your customers pull multiple utensils at a time. It's going to give your customers also, in the environment we're in today, tremendous peace of mind knowing that this is a great system for cross-contamination of germs or the elimination of those germs. So I'd like to take a moment, recognize a few folks, and those of us that will be with us through the whole presentation. I'm glad for that. And also those responsible for inviting you all to our event along with their team. So we're joined today by Edward Don, North Florida Atlanta Region's District Sales Manager, Sarah Carpenter, and Tennessee and Atlanta Region's District Sales Manager, Scott Lachelle. Sarah and Scott, thanks so much for being here. And Don sponsoring this event, welcome.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome. We're also joined today with my colleague at the Hody Group, Senior Business Development Director Extraordinaire of Sales and Marketing, Melissa Marguerite. Melissa's a 30-year industry professional in culinary, food service, and hospitality space. And we at the Hody Group have been bringing manufacturers to market for over 40-plus years in disposables like Jan-San solutions, packaging, and disposables. Also assisting us today, who gave you the housekeeping information, is Nick D. He's a Business Development Director of Sales and Marketing with Hody Group. Nick is also our Mission Control Admin today for our presentation, and will be offering also some commentary on our topics presented as well. Nick, thanks, and thanks for all you do, bud. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
So I'd like to turn your attention to this quick company overview of Edward Don, which we hope will give you a better feel for who Edward Don is and what value they bring to our industry. So let's watch it right here.
The basic premise of Edward Don & Company is that we're customer focused. It's a family business started in 1921 by my grandfather. Hi, I'm Steve Don, CEO and President of Edward Don & Company.
Don is a family-owned company, and you do see and feel aspects of that.
We're third generation, been in business 96 years. We're not focused on the short-term gain, it's a long-term play.
While the ownership has a lot to do with that, it also is the people.
We're a collaborative group of people, and we care about the business, we care about the customer experience.
You know, it's 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We'll get you what you need when you need it.
For us, you know, it's really important to do research and stay on top of the trends and talk to our suppliers about what they see coming down the line. Usually they know before we do.
When you're at restaurants and you see the Don brand and you see the Don trucks going out, it makes you feel good that, hey, wait, I deliver that.
The fact that we have 6 distribution centers, we're all on the same operating platform, it's all the same products coming out of the buildings, the consistency, you know, there's mistakes in this business. Customers forget to order something and it's a Friday night and they need something, we take care of them.
The easiest thing to do is say no to somebody. We try to find a way to make something work, whatever that something is. It's all about really just helping the customer out and servicing them.
There's very few companies that can do what we do. When you look at large national companies who are all on a single operating platform and fully integrated are stocking breadth in the mix of products that we have. That list is maybe one, maybe just us.
Utilizing the best people, the best service, the best products, and the best technology.
It's our responsibility to educate our sales reps so they can educate the customers and to provide them with the products that will help them to do that.
And once you come on and bond with us and we partner together, we don't lose very many customers.
We have a supportive culture. We look to promote from within. We have a lot of talent here, and you want to be able to grow those people.
The people in national accounts, our FED, contract division, Cruise International.
We really are a large company that operates as a family.
I know everybody's like kids' names and pets' names. I know when they're buying a house or a car. I mean, everybody just kind of knows where you went on vacation.
It's really a makeup of 1,100 people showing up every day with a common mission and a common goal.
Steve is really passionate about the direction he wants this company to go and the way to get there. He knows that what differentiates Edward Don from everybody else is that family, personal touch.
You have an opportunity to come here every day and work for an industry leader with great leadership, do work you care about, work with people that you care about. I think it's a home run in any language, right?
I really want to see us continue to grow and prosper as we have so far, and really the future is wide open for us.
I'm passionate for the success of this business so that those employees that started last week or will start next week kind of have that same opportunity to spend a lengthy career with, I think, the greatest company in our industry.
For me, it's a little bit different. My name's on the door. My goal was to nurture the business and make it better for the next generation. If our customers are successful, long term we will be successful.
So Sarah, great video, and just want to say, give a shout out to Edward Don. So proud to work with all of you. You guys are an absolute pleasure to work with. We've had a long tenure of 7 years working together side by side. Sarah, as our operators are listening today, and this is a C-Store operator community, they're probably saying to themselves, okay, great video. So Sarah, why Edward Don? Why Don for the C-Store operator?
Thanks, John. Edward Don & Company is dedicated to the ongoing success of your business and takes the responsibility of providing you with outstanding resources and products very seriously. Leadership is about more than simple numbers, though. It's about understanding what's important to you and working hard every day to earn and maintain your trust so you can have the peace of mind you need to focus on your business. Every operator wants to minimize risk, increase profits, improve efficiencies, provide a great experience, and use the products they can trust. Don is proud to bring you our SPEED commitment as part of our ongoing dedication to your success. SPEED stands for safety, profitability, efficiency, experience, and Don, and that is our commitment to you.
Excellent. Yeah, Sarah, again, we've worked together. We really have made some great inroads together, and the value that I see in my industry, in the position that I sit in, Don does deliver, and I thank you for that. And you guys are an incredible team. You're professionals, you're pros at what you do, and you get it done. So, all right, let's jump right into our first segment. This of the Don C-Store HDI product focus, and this is a segment of how to save real money with the SureFit trash can liner system, and how we can move the needle in your operational savings in one of the most commonly overlooked categories in Jansan. Yes, garbage bags. We're going to stop telling you or showing you how to stop wasting plastic, money, and time by implementing a simple savings solution, the Edward Don SureFit can liner system. Again, yes, these are garbage bags. However, the bigger your operation, and you C-Store operators know this, the more savings impact we can have. And all you need to do is reduce plastic. Did you know you buy your liners like you buy meat by the pound? So if you reduce plastic, that equals reducing your case weight, and that equals savings. So hopefully you as the operator, if we can show you some found savings, and I don't know an operator that doesn't like saving money right now, you can redirect those dollars right to your bottom line, reinvest it, do something with it, grow your ticket sales at your register, but don't throw your money away literally in the trash. So we've got Melissa Marguerite. I've introduced her a little while ago. She's going to be with me on this segment. Melissa, again, is a 30-year industry professional. She's worked with liners and waste management for that many years. She doesn't, I know she, look at her, this looks like she's been in business for only 5 years. Look at her, she looks fantastic. But Melissa, I always want to give a shout out to Melissa and a big thanks. Melissa's taught me everything I know today about waste management in this Edward Don SureFit system. And I just want to thank you, Melissa, for assisting me in running shotgun with me on this presentation. Thank you.
Sure. Happy.
Thank you, Melissa. Also, we've got Nick, Nick D, who's he also works with Hody Southeast with me in the market for Edward Don. Nick's a business development director with the Hody Group, covers the state of Florida. Again, thanks, Nick, for being with us and assisting us again and supporting us on this segment. Appreciate it.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Thanks, buddy. So Scott Lachelle, I introduced Scott a little while ago. Scott's the Tennessee and Atlanta regions district sales manager for Edward Don. So Scott, a while back, you gave me a ring and said, hey, I came across this short article recently. Wait till you see this in August of 2020, CSTORE News. And when you sent it to me and I looked at it, which was under the small operator section, and it was a suggestion or reference inside that magazine, and I'm sure this is just everybody's this is the industry rag you guys read, was how to identify savings on your P&L of how to look at your trash and suggesting look at your trash can liners and their number of pulls that you make. I was so excited to see that because that's exactly what we preach all the time. So Scott, would you like to take a moment and just share a little bit or comment on that?
Absolutely. Thanks, John. I get the CSTORE News just so I can keep up to speed with what's going on in that industry. And it's really an educational tool for us. That article is actually called Financial Management 101. So it's just basic opportunities for CSTORE managers and operators to put dollars back in their bottom line and to manage what their operations are doing. So this just kind of leapt off the page at me because I thought, well, that's exactly what we do. That's, when we're talking about trash can liners and reducing the size of the can and, and actually using the correct liner to help you, reduce the number of dollars that you're putting into a landfill and being able to redirect that to other areas of your operation. That's just a key benefit to what we do. And it was really exciting for me to see that.
Yeah, I was really happy to see that and read it, and just glad that some of their industry peers and the industry peers are bringing this up as to how to save save your money 101. And so this is what we're going to discuss here for the next 15 or 20 minutes about. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Once people find out about this, it's widely popular. But again, it's one of those things that we keep in our back pocket when we consult with the CSTORE operator. It's the first thing we usually bring out because we're looking to find savings pretty quick. So I'd like to turn your attention to this quick promo video of the SureFit can liner system, which we hope will give you a better idea of what SureFit is and what value it can bring to your operation. Let's watch it right here.
Meet Joe. Joe is the owner of Never Hungry Cafe. Joe's cafes are doing quite well, but his operating costs continue to rise, and he tries to save money when and where he can. Joe meets with his Edward Don rep, Shirley Kent. Shirley loves working with her customers and is committed to helping them control their costs and save money in their day-to-day operation. While touring Joe's property, Shirley notices that Joe is currently using 23-gallon Slim Jim trash cans, and the trash bags inside them are too big. Joe tells Shirley that he is currently buying a 60-gallon trash bag, and Shirley knows that a 60-gallon bag in a 23-gallon can represents 70% waste. Shirley looks at Joe and tells him that she just found him some money. Shirley grabs a notepad and sketches out some basic math showing Joe's current spend.
Let's take a closer look. Joe is currently buying 10 cases per month for 6 locations. Joe is paying $26.40 a case for a 60-gallon 38 by 58 1.2 mil trash bag. That's 720 cases a year for all 6 locations. That adds up to $19,000 per year in trash bags.
After hearing this, Joe is furious. Shirley looks at Joe and says, "No worries, Joe. I have what you need." Shirley begins to spin and transforms into Shirley SureFit, the super savings hero. Shirley introduces Joe to the Edward Don SureFit trash bag system and tells Joe to stop wasting plastic, money, and time and start using the right size bags for his trash cans. Shirley now demonstrates for Joe the perfect customized fit and size of the SureFit trash bag for his 23-gallon trash can. Joe is utterly amazed because he had no idea the SureFit system existed. Shirley grabs her notepad and shows Joe the new and improved savings using SureFit trash bags.
10 cases per month at 6 locations is 60 cases. The new 23-gallon SureFit bag is now $19.20 per case. In total, that's 720 cases a year for all 6 locations. Joe is spending about $19,000 per year with the 60-gallon bag. With SureFit and the right bag, Joe would now spend under $14,000 per year. That's a savings of more than $5,000.
Joe is so amazed with the savings Shirley has shown that he places his order with Shirley for his new SureFit trash bags immediately. Stop wasting plastic, money, and time. You too can experience the same savings for your operation. Edward Don SureFit trash bags. Be sure, be fit, be economical. For more information, call 800-777-4DON or visit don.com.
All right. For the sake of the clock, we got to jump right in. So, Melissa, let's dive right into the Edward Don SureFit can liner system and let's talk some trash. So, it's amazing how much impact we can have with operators. So, Melissa, our operators listening right now, can you basically help them understand, what is the Edward Don SureFit can liner system, the benefit to the operator, their operation in the industry?
Sure. Thanks, John. Happy to be here. 30 years. Wow. Feels like it was yesterday.
You don't look it.
So many, many years ago, I sat down with Edward Don and decided to develop a system with them that we felt the system was broken with can liners. So we designed the SureFit system. And we recognized that there was an opportunity to save the operators money. So the broken system is that the top most popular bags out there, the 38 by 58 and the 40 by 46, were designed to fit steel drums. And those steel drums are 60 gallon, 45 gallon. I don't know about you, but I haven't seen one of those in years and years and years.
They're out there a little bit.
They're not there anymore. And so what we have is we have bags that are out there that are the top most selling bags out there, going into cans that are now a 23-gallon Slim Jim, a 32-gallon Brute, and those are the most popular sizes out there. And what we have is we have bags that are much, much too big, as Nick is showing right now, 38 by 58 going into a Slim Jim, as Shirley talked about in the video that we showed, is 70% too much bag for that can. So Nick's going to show you how that bag is way too wide, it's way too long, it's just so much plastic. So after Nick, and then he's going to put it in this big giant knot, and that knot just represents cost. That's just extra plastic that's unnecessary. So Nick is going to then show you, if possible, if not, the Slim Jim liner that we designed to fit the Slim Jim can. So what we have now is a bag that fits the can like a glove. It has the correct overhang, and it has a 6 to 8 inch overhang, which still allows for plenty of bag to tie off. It fits tight around the rim, as Nick is showing, and goes all the way to the bottom. So you're not going to have the bag fall inside the can.
Right.
So why does this all matter to the operator? What is the benefit? The benefit to the operator is we have bags that fit the cans properly, correct? So they're still going to function exactly as we need them to function. But what we've done is we've eliminated a lot of extra plastic. And that extra plastic represents cost.
That's
so
right.
if I sell you a smaller bag that weighs less, my case weight's going to weigh less, therefore the cost of that case is going to be less. So the savings can be so significant. And we'll show some examples in a later offerings, but that's why we designed this system, was to save money for the operator.
So Melissa, what's the first thing the operator should look at to implement this can liner system and savings solution? Where should they start?
They should start by looking at their trash cans. So
really,
so that's the first step. It's easy to do. Obviously, the Slim Jim that Nick just showed us is an easy one to identify. And we see a lot of Slim Jims, and that's Edward Don's top-selling garbage can because you don't have so much weight in it when they take the bag out. But then we also have 32 brutes and 44-gallon brutes, and we're showing the Slim Jims right there with the extra overhang and the extra knots. So we identify the cans, and the 32-gallon brute and the 44-gallon brute look a lot alike. Even I, after doing this for multiple years, still sometimes can't tell the difference between the two. So if you look at the rim around the can, if you lift up the bag, most of the time it's embossed on the rim, and it'll say what size can it is. And if you can't find it that way, it's easy to just Google what are the dimensions of a 32 and a 44. So once you've identified the cans, Nick's going to show us on the rim of the can, right there is what the gallon capacity is of that can. So thanks, Nick. So once we've identified, now we need to figure out the sure fit, which sure fit bag fits in those cans. So we recognize that bag needs vary for customers, whether it's front of the house or back of the house, whether it's hotel, hospitality, whether it's outdoor use. So we design sure fit in two different types of plastic, high density and low density, which we'll talk about later. We also do clear or opaque, black, and then we also do different thicknesses because, again, one bag doesn't work for everyone, but we designed it in all sorts of different options for the customer.
Absolutely.
So, and most of the times we recommend two size bags, because we'll see a lot of the times Slim Jims throughout the whole kitchen or throughout the whole operation. And then we'll see a large bag, large cans out by the gas pumps. We might see large cans out by the dock. We might see it by the dish sink, depending on what the operator is doing. So 2 bags would maximize the savings. 1 bag, we can save money, but it won't be as much as going to 2 bags.
And most of the time I have done, we call it a waste audit. You're going to hear us use the word waste audit. Where should we start? If you as the operator want to bring us in, the first thing our team's going to do is do an audit of your property, all of your cans, how you process your waste, the number of pulls that you make. And most of the time I get, well, John D., I've reduced the size of my can, so that means I'm going to pull it more. Let's be honest. Your employees really shouldn't be lifting more than 40 or 50 pounds at a time. The can is going to get pulled regardless of how heavy it is, because you're probably on a clock and they're going to pull 6 times a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. And we know on gas pumps, you'll find everything more than you'd ever want to find at gas pumps, including all the bad stuff too. So it's amazing how much trash they can put in those cans. Therefore, we don't want the trash to overflow, so we do more frequent pulls. And I'm telling you, it becomes a law of, it's really an equation of economics at that point, and simple math to reduce the amount of price you pay per liner. And we like to sell them to you on the each and not by the case, because I want to know how much you're spending per liner. It really adds up. So, Melissa, what's the biggest, most commonly found mistake most operators make when it comes to their trash liners? Does size matter?
Size does matter. So it's the one size fits all mentality. So that's why the 38 by 58 is the most popular bag out there, because it fits every can, but doesn't really fit any can properly. Remember when I said it was designed to fit those steel drums?
Right.
So it really is too big for most of the cans and actually too small for the 55-gallon can. So what we have is a bag that's much too big. Again, we go back to why that bag being too big. Therefore, the costs are just going to be higher. So if we get you in a bag that fits the can, that's what it means to the operator, is we're going to save you money.
So the concept is, if I can, we talked about a waste audit, and again, when you're looking at your pumps, the cans at your pumps, they're never really over a 44-gallon size SureFit liner. So everybody puts a 60-gallon in there. That still represents waste, and they like to use 1 or 2 liners. So if we can get you down to a 44, and then find you, all the stores have their 20 to 23-gallon inside the stores, and your bathrooms either have Slim Jims in them or small 12 to 16-gallon cans. And I'll tell you, we're going to show you a way of how we can help you save money, again, reducing that plastic. But here's the concept I want to share with you. And if you don't remember anything else today, remember this. When I work with an operator, I usually say to them, look, if I can save you $1,000 at your store right now, would you spend $300? And 99.999% of the time, they're going to say, well, yeah, because you're still up $700. And if you really look at your space, and it gets a little funky at the gas pumps, because you have these beautiful, expensive, gorgeous looking cans. I get excited when I walk up and see the cans and look inside, and there's 32-gallon inserts in them. I get really excited over that. And some of your competitors do have those, and not the 44s, or you go in the back of the kitchen and they got this big 44-gallon when the rest, everything else is 32. You should have 32s in the back of the house. Out front by the pumps should be 32s. But here's the concept. If would you spend $1,000 if you could save $300? Yes. Switch the cans out, spend $300 on 10 cans at $30 a piece. Nick was showing you a great Don Carlisle branded can. I'm not against the other manufacturers, but Don branded cans, that Carlisle can, fits our system perfectly, and they're fantastic. So again, you shouldn't be worrying about buying bigger bags. You should be reducing your can size. When you reduce your can size down, it requires a smaller bag, which equals savings to your bottom line. So, Melissa, for the sake of time, I think we really need to get right into some case studies.
Okay.
So, Nick, before we do that, can you share an example on the can reduction strategy that we talk to our operators about all the time? Something you did with an Edward Don account recently in the Florida market.
Absolutely. I'll jump right in, and we'll go through this pretty fast. So what I'm showing you guys is a couple images that I took from a audit of a hotel property in Central Florida. And the first thing we do when we come on property with our Edward Don rep is we look at the cans that you're using as our customer. We need to know and familiarize ourselves so that we can take measurements, we can size the cans properly with the liner kits that we have, and we can determine what the biggest bag is on the property, as John and Melissa were saying. So you have a 32-gallon here and a 32-gallon. These are all outside by the pool. And then I might start making my way inside in the lobby area of the hotel. We have another 32. Now I've found a 44. Well, I think I've found my biggest can. When lo and behold, right by the dish pit, we have a 55-gallon round container. Now, knowing that it's a 55-gallon container, I already know that we have a SureFit liner for that. However, the most consistent and the most popular can that they were using was a 32-gallon. So in my mind, as a rep and as a working with the Edward Don folks, I want to present savings, knowing that you could do your job properly with a 32-gallon and knowing that the staff will have no issues lifting that can. So going in the back of the house and in the stock room, I noticed it's a 38 by 58. It is a true 1.7 mil liner. And okay, so now I've got all my information. Now I go talk to the operator, you as my customer. I educate them on what they're using, and I propose, as John was saying, a can reduction solution. Now, what does that look like? Well, we know that, as I mentioned, 32-gallon is a very popular can size. So that's what I'm going to propose. And as I'm talking to the operator, a visiting chef from the New York City area from a very prominent restaurant comes up and wheels a 32-gallon cart that was in the kitchen. I just didn't show it to you guys, but wheeled it out on a dolly. She herself, not one of the staff people or one of the bus boys or one of the other attendants, is physically lifting this bag out of the can, pulling it, and throwing it in the dumpster herself. the food and beverage manager said, "So-and-so, what do you think about moving to all 32-gallon cans?" She said, "I think that's a great idea because I know that I can lift a 32 and a 23-gallon Slim Jim with no issues whatsoever." And in doing that, she will save her back, she will save time, she will save money. And the operator says, I think this is a great thing. Then she adds in, when we were working in New York City, I was recently audited and our business was audited in the restaurant I was working in because the trash was too heavy. So they were audited by OSHA for having excessive weight in their cans. And so it's a real thing. So in saying that, I proposed a 32-gallon can. This is what we ended up coming up with, which is our 1041936 is a true 1.5 mil, great strong bag. And the operator tested it, loved it, and we have that business now. So, and we've actually convinced them to take those 44s and those 55s, move them to the back area of their operation. And in the event they need them, we will sell you a couple random cases of those liners and you can keep them for special events. So that was a really, really exciting win for us.
Great job. Thanks, Nick. Melissa, can we talk real quick about the difference between high D versus low linear density? At C-stores, typically, the lot of the properties that I have found, you know, east of the Mississippi River, all the way from New York down to the Keys of Florida, you find these operators using high density liners versus low. Can you give us a quick explanation on that?
Sure. High density and low density. High density does not have a lot of stretch. It's very stiff product. It's more resistant to puncture, which is probably why the C-stores are using it. Nick is demoing it right now. He'll show that there's really no stretch to that product. It's more of the crinkly plastic. We call it high density, high noise. So to use that in the trash cans out by the gas pump, I'm sure they see tons of trash of all different types and sizes, but the nature of that product is when it splits, it zippers, as Nick is showing. So it's resistant to puncture, but it will split. But the thing about high density and why so many people choose it is because of costs. We can manufacture it thinner, and therefore it costs less. So that is a reason why it's in use a lot. Low density, which Nick is going to show, is oftentimes a heavier material. It has stretch to it. And once it punctures, the hole doesn't split wide open like we showed you with high density. So great for back of the house in kitchens, even great for the gas pumps, but then that hole's not going to get any bigger that Nick is showing.
And I believe that Nick is, excuse me, Melissa, I didn't mean to step on you. I believe Nick is actually showing a 1 mil or a 1.3 mil bag right there too. So you can see how durable that is.
Yeah, it's going to be more expensive, but the reason why we see a lot of high D out there is it generally can hold a lot of that trash that we see at the gas pumps and in C-stores, because a lot of it is paper trash and empty containers, etc. Not a lot of sharp objects. So that high density will work. And a lot of cost savings.
Right. And in C-stores, you can use the high density inside because it's paper and usually some coffee and liquids and whatnot. It holds up well. Outside, there's anything in the kitchen sink in the gas pump cans. But that's okay. Operators listening, if you would allow us to do a waste audit on your property within your global footprint, I promise you, we get very excited because we're coming in hunting for dollars. And when we find those dollars, we're going to let you know. And give us an opportunity to do that. Melissa, let's talk about a couple case studies so we can really give, and we'll get our Edward Don folks in on this. We got to wrap this segment up in the next 7 minutes or so.
Sure. You know, we just love to geek out about liners. I know I've been doing this so long, but it's just like, it's so exciting when I go in and see an opportunity to save an operator a lot of money of something that they're just throwing away. So one of the accounts that we had a Glory Cafe, which was a large restaurant chain, and Nick's going to share the details of this. Go through it really quick. They had 20 locations. They were buying that 38 by 60, that 60-gallon bag, and putting it into Slim Jims and 32-gallon brutes. We identified that really quickly. So they were paying over $30 a case. Their usage was 160 cases a month, and they were spending about $58,000 a year. They shared the information with me because I explained to them how we would be able to save them money. So Nick, if you could scroll down. So what we did is we looked, they were adamant about one bag. So they had the Slim Jims and the 32s. So we came up with a bag that would fit the 32 gallon, approximately the same thickness in high density. And it would be a little big for the Slim Jim, but it would still save them tons of money. And you can see from the math here that we went from them spending $50-some thousand a year to $36,000, 22,000 savings cost just by simply going to a smaller bag. So you can see when I say we geek out about this because we're so excited to show the customer savings on something like this. It's just so exciting for us. Then the customer has more money to spend on things that they really need or want. So that's a great example of one that we were able to save money.
Absolutely.
Another one really quick is just a very large casino that I was able to save them $30,000 a year. And the reason why I bring this up is that we not only save them on costs, but we also save them on, they wanted to be more green. So we sold them our SureFit recycled content liners, which are third-party certified green. But we also, by selling them a smaller bag, we reduced their carbon footprint by the amount of trash they were putting in the landfill. They were putting less plastic in the landfill by going to smaller bags. So those are two great examples of some things that we can do with SureFit.
And those listening, please take this serious. I know the brain doesn't go to trash. It's like, it's a necessary evil. I got to have it. I know it's part of my operational expense. Trust me, there's money in your trash. Better you reinvest it and do something with it than throw it away in the landfill. So I want to give you another example of a very large Southeast C-store chain that we worked with, did a SKU reduction, took them from 9 SKUs down to 3, and opened a lot of warehouse space for them as well, from what I understand. And we realized and helped them realize over $200,000 of savings by this operator. Sarah was with me on this. Huge impact. Sarah, would you please just comment?
Absolutely. Working with the Hoodie Group and Berry Plastics is an awesome opportunity to show you cost savings. In this particular company, we presented a solution to reduce the cost through SKU rationalization. It was really easy. John helped with the in-store audits as well as my rep, Michael Schuller, to determine the proper usage. They were currently, like John said, using 9 SKUs. Once we determined and did the audit walkthrough, we determined they only needed 3. We presented these findings to their corporate office, scheduled trials with samples to determine their usage and cost savings, and then worked hard training the staff on proper use and the importance of it. In fact, my contact, and a little side note, at CSTORE Decisions reports that, changing possibly to a plastic liner can prevent loss by 10% as well. So that's another cost savings alone.
Perfect.
We overall produce annualized savings, like John said, it's about $200,000 to affect their bottom line.
That's real money.
Yep.
And in fact, that was just liners alone. And I'm going to give you another case example where we both did the disposable gloves, because I don't know why C-stores always buy the most expensive glove on the market. Gloves is a subject we want to stay away from right now, given our environment. But you couple the glove savings and liner savings for an operator, that I call that the 1-2 punch knockout. Okay. Mm-hmm. So again, give us an opportunity to let us into your space. Let us do an audit for you. Let us give you our findings. And I think we're going to show you we can hopefully find you some money. And if we can't, we'll tell you that. So Scott, you and I worked on another mid-size C-store opportunity. We realized for the operator, by using a can reduction strategy and reducing plastic, we saved them over $40,000. It was over $80,000 with the gloves too, but just liners was $40,000. You want to comment on that?
Absolutely. Thanks, John. We started out by doing a waste audit management or waste audit, just like you did with Sarah's team, but you went out to the stores with a couple of our reps, Rick Ola and Mike Troller, and did the waste audit. We then came back, just made our observations to them. We reduced their can size. They actually rolled out buying new cans, 32s and Slim Jims for their back of the house. And then they implemented the SureFit system. Again, a $40,000 savings alone just on can liners. It's been significant, and I think it's a relevant point that again, we're pulling dollars out of the landfill and redirecting those into areas where they can use them to enhance the experience of their customers in their store.
Yeah. And again, those dollars, we're going to be talking a little bit about helping you grow your register or your ticket sales at your register. You could be doing way better things than throwing your money away in a landfill. And I'm telling you, when you really put a pen and paper together on this and we uncover what you're doing, you'd be quite surprised. So Melissa, if our operators listening want to get started on realizing some real savings in this Jan-San category, where do they start, Melissa?
Well, it's super easy. They just need to reach out to their local Don rep. The Don reps are completely able to do it on their own, and or they'll call us in and we'll help with the waste audits that we discussed.